Our reporter Jayde Leigh Paulse is at the Mooi River toll plaza. Let's cross to her now. Jayde, thank you so much again for your time. Talk to me about what the latest is on the ground.
A very good afternoon to you, Unathi. We have just left the Mooi River Plaza and we're actually en route now on the N3. Some parts of the N3 has been opened. As you can see on your screens right now, disgruntled truck drivers, these gentlemen have been here since 6 o'clock the morning. They're very frustrated. No one has come to speak to them. We're going to try and move down this lane and show the viewers back at home the magnitude of this. All the trucks that are stationed outside here, there is a very long line. These vehicles are trying to get to the Mooi River toll plaza to try and get in there and cross, but unfortunately they will have to be stationed here until that road is open. As you can see, some trucks are now passing us. These trucks are coming from Howick. They have managed to branch off and are meeting on the N3. Unfortunately, those that are going the opposite direction are now going to be stuck in heavy traffic. And I'm told that this goes all the way down to Pietermaritzburg. As you can see, your visuals there, a very long line of vehicles, mostly trucks, and you would know that these trucks are coming from Durban. Most of them carrying goods, carrying supplies, taking them to other provinces, coming from the Durban port to go and export some of the goods to other provinces. As you can see on your screens right now, a long host of trucks all the way from Pietermaritzburg. I've been in contact with my colleagues and they're saying that the backup of traffic is humongous. It is vast. It stretches all the way from Mooi River Plaza right down to Pietermaritzburg. Unathi.
And we know, obviously, the damage is extensive because we did speak to the Road Freight Association. Now, one thing that I'm not noticing or picking up on the road, and it could be my angle, is law enforcement. Are there any police presence there? Because, I mean, at any time, we don't know, if some of the violence that we've seen on the roads will spring up again. One of the things that Ayanda Mhlongo also told us, and she's outside the Correctional Service Center in Escort, and she says that, we simply don't know when these violent protests will spring up again. What are you seeing at the moment in terms of law enforcement agencies?
Unathi, your observations are quite true. I also haven't seen a lot of law enforcement on the roads. Earlier on, when we were at the Mooi River Plaza, there were community members that started helping themselves to scrap metal, taking various parts off the cars, especially those luxury cars that were also set alight, helping themselves to cables. And we saw law enforcement, a small group of police officers, but not really doing much. On the roads here now, we've been traveling for the past 15 minutes. I haven't seen not one police officer on this route. I don't know if they've been deployed elsewhere in the province. We do know that it's not only Mooi River that experienced protests. There are other areas such as Empangeni, north of the province, so it could be that they have been deployed that side, or possibly that they can't get through to the N3 like you are seeing on your screens right now. The traffic is backed up all the way to Pietermaritzburg from Mooi River Plaza. So one could wonder why you don't see as much law enforcement on the road, but there could be several factors with regards to that, Unathi. I've just seen some news coming in now on my phone as well that the ANC in the provincial ANC as well as national ANC is concerned about the ongoing violence that is gripping some parts of KZN. I'm also told that there will be an urgent PEC meeting tomorrow, and I'm sure that the violence and the protests that we have been seeing in the province is on top priority. That's top on the list of what's going to be talked about. Unathi.
In fact, Jayde Leigh, President Cyril Ramaphosa, through his spokesperson, has also condemned those protests and saying that police should act when the need does arise. Now, very quickly before I let you go, Jayde Leigh, you spoke to a truck owner earlier, and I mean, he was completely devastated. What did he have to say?
Yeah, that's very true. I spoke to Mr. Mhlongo. He was one of the owners of the trucks and he resides in Pietermaritzburg, and he was telling me that, he was getting a phone call from his driver saying, "Boss, you need to come out. I'm in danger. I need to flee. I need to leave your truck. I'm sorry, but I must protect my life." They are stoning the trucks. They are torching the trucks, and his driver jumped out of a moving truck, ran into the bush. And Mr. Mhlongo was just relaying that story to me, telling me how devastated he is. He was visibly upset, visibly angry, Unathi, very emotional as well. He told me that this is one of the first trucks that he has bought. It was 2 million rand. He doesn't know how he's going to be able to continue, supplying or continuing with his business. He's going to have to lay off staff. So in as much as we are witnessing all these protests across the country, and we are seeing the torching of these vehicles, these trucks, we must also take cognizance that there are people's lives that are also being impacted and affected. And those are the lives of the many people who have nothing to do with these protests. They aren't involved. They are just innocent bystanders, rather innocent people who have now unfortunately fallen victim to the situation that is unfolding at hand.
And the sad reality is that these are people who are actually, just going about their business, trying to service the country, and as you say, do fall victim to these protests. Jayde Leigh, thank you so much for your time.